One of the main features of dragonboat.online is the ability to publish the race schedule and race results of your event to the platform. You are also able to embed the schedule including results into your own website, which gives you the easiest way to introduce a very capable race result service to your own competition, which is completely free of charge. This video will show you how to create your race schedule. If you want to learn how to integrate your race schedule into your own website, head over to the documentation area for event organizers on dragonboat.online. We have a separate video about this topic over there. As always, we begin our journey at the homepage of dragonboat.online. The first thing you need to do is to navigate to your event page. So click on Events and search for your event using the search bar. If you cannot find your event, it might not exist yet on the platform. We show you how you can add your event to dragonboat.online in the documentation area for event organizers. Once you've found your event, navigate to the event detail page. On the event page, I want to immediately guide your focus to this little warning that is being displayed in the race and results section. It says that no staff members have been verified for this event yet. If you see this warning for your event, I strongly encourage you to verify at least one staff member of your event at dragonboat.online. As long as no official staff member has been verified, every dragonboat.online user is allowed to contribute information and race results for your event. Dragonboat.online works like Wikipedia in this regard, as it uses the power of its community to generate high-quality information about teams and events. Once you use dragonboat.online as your race result service, we encourage you to leave this community-driven approach by verifying your own staff members. Once at least one staff member is being verified, they take over the control of your event. That means that the community can publish and delete content for your event no longer. You are in charge, which is especially important when it comes to publishing, editing and deleting race results. Okay, in the meantime I verified myself as a staff member of this event. If you want to learn how to verify yourself for your event, head over to the documentation area for event organizers at dragonboat.online. You see that the warning disappeared. I am now in full control of my event. We start by clicking on the menu button on the top right corner. Here I see the option to add a race. If you do not see this option, you're either not logged in yet or you haven't been verified as a staff member for your event yet. The documentation area shows you how to change that. Click on Add a Race. Instead of allowing me to create a new race, the platform asked me to create a new cup instead. This is because every race needs to be associated with a cup. A cup always specifies the boat type, the age group, the team type and the distance. And every cup can have multiple races. To make this mental model complete, think of it this way. Every event can have one or multiple cups, like the 200-meter cup in the open category or the 1000-meter cup in the mixed category. And every cup can have one or multiple races, like the 500-meter heat races, the qualification rounds, the semi-finals and the final. So, I need to create the first cup of this event before I can create the first race. Makes sense. I give this cup a name, which we'll call Fireman's Cup, because I want the local firemen to participate in it, and I will quickly specify that this cup will be held in a standard boat for the premier age group in the mixed team category, and I'll also say that this cup is over the 200-meter distance. Please note that dragonboat.online allows you to create cups without a specific distance. If you want to create a cup where the first race is a 100-meter race and the second a 200-meter race, for example, then you need to deselect this option. Now that I've created the cup, I can move on to actually create my first race here. I see that the cup that this race is associated with is already pre-selected to the cup we just created. The platform now asks me what kind of race we are creating here. What I want to do is to create a very simple cup with 2 rounds, where the sum of both race times decides on which teams move on to the final. So the first race is of type round, and this is why we give the race the name first round, and in the description we explain the rules of this race. So I type time qualification, race results are summed after the first 2 rounds, fastest 3 teams qualify for the final. I think everyone will understand that. Now I start entering the team names. The 6 teams that participate in this cup are the Flying Turtles, Silverbacks United, Yellow Submarine, ABC Team, Black Pearl, and Hamburg All-Stars. After I've entered the team names, I have 2 options to proceed. I can select Create Race and the platform will only create a race and be done with it. However, I can also select Create Race and New and immediately continue with the entry of my second race, which I will do. Now we're facing the Mars for the second race. And just look what dragonboat.online has already pre-filled for us. It automatically assumes that the second race will also be of the type round. It incremented the start time by 10 minutes, so the second race starts 10 minutes later than the first one. If you have larger or smaller time increments between races, dragonboat.online will automatically learn that as you add more races. Dragonboat.online also incremented the race number and also automatically changed the name of the race from first round to second round. Furthermore, dragonboat.online assumed that the rules of the race stayed the same and pre-filled the race description as well. So here you already get a glimpse on how much time the race results service can save you during an event. But it gets even better. I now want to type in the teams, but this time in a different order. We're starting with the team Black Pearl, and I only need to type in B and L and the platform automatically suggests to me the team I'm using. This feature is not only an incredible time saver during events, it also prevents typos in team names since your staff members no longer have to type out the full name of the teams. So I continue with Silverbacks United, ABC Team, the Flying Turtle, Hamburg All-Stars, and Yellow Submarine. That's it. That's all I have to do to publish the second race. We click on Create Race and New to move on to the third and final race. Please note that we would be able to switch between cups or create a new cup at any time simply by using the drop-down menu here. But we now want to add the third and final race of the cup we just created. As we described before, this should consist of 2 qualifying rounds and the final. So this third race will be the final, and in this final race only 3 teams will participate. So I reduce the lane count to 3 lanes. And since I do not know which teams have qualified for the final yet, I leave the team column empty. I do want to change the race description though. I want to communicate to the teams that the medal ceremony will be at 1 p.m. That's it. I now have created 3 races for a simple cup example. But this is not all the race result service can do for you. On the right side you can see all the cups that have been created for your event. For now we only see here the newly created Fireman's Cup. If you click on View Details, you can see all the participants and all the races that are associated with this cup. If you click on Edit Cup, you can change the cup's name or the boat type, age group, team type or distance settings of the cup. The most interesting option, however, is Edit Cup Participants. Let's take a look. The first thing I want you to notice is the Merge Participants option. Sometimes we use a different spelling for exactly the same name in different races. Here we have the chance to correct these spelling mistakes. Maybe you already saw that I've incorrectly used the singular name of the team the Flying Turtles in the second race. This is why the team appears 2 times in the cup participant list. Once correctly named Turtles and once written as Turtle. I select both participants and click on Merge Participants. Now it asks me which of the 2 participants should remain, and I select the plural option since this is the correct one. After I click on Merge Participants, the incorrectly spelled cup participant not only disappears from the participant list, but if I check the second race again, I notice that the team is now correctly spelled here as well. The second thing I want you to pay attention to is the possibility to associate cup participants with teams that are registered at dragonboat.online. The platform immediately suggests to me candidates with similar names that I might want to consider to associate with this cup participant. It also shows me the city the teams are located in, as well as the distance to my event, so it's easy for me to find the correct team. If I do not find the team, I can link the participant to a different team using the link below. Here I even have the chance to add a new team to dragonboat.online if I cannot find the team on the platform. At this point, I want to stress that you do not have to do it. The race results service of dragonboat.online works perfectly fine without you associating cup participants with teams registered on the platform. But if you do, the race results service of dragonboat.online becomes even more awesome. Let me quickly associate all the cup participants with the corresponding teams, which I made previously sure already exist on the platform. Now that these associations exist, the team profiles are linked within the race schedule itself. By clicking on the team, spectators, other teams, your event staff, or a moderator can find out everything that is to know about this team. The ranking of the team, its ELO score, the last race results, the last events the team participated in, and of course, where the team is from, its Instagram account, and website information. To have this information at your fingertips makes your event so much more interesting for every participant, and it really helps moderators and staff members to create an engaging environment where you use concrete team information to communicate with the crowd and the team itself. Finally, next to the race participant's name, you now find the ELO score of the teams, which gives you an estimate of the team's strength. You can find out more about the ELO score by visiting the team ranking section of dragonboat.online. I now want to show you how to publish race results after the race is over. Just click on Edit Race and start entering the results. That's it. Let me do this quickly for the 6 teams of the first race. Maybe you noticed that dragonboat.online helps you to correctly format the time entries. Another feature that makes it so much easier to work with the platform during the races. Once you've published the results, you'll notice that dragonboat.online immediately updates the ELO scores of each team based on the race results. Teams that performed above expectations will recognize an increase of their ELO score, and teams that performed below expectations will have a lower ELO score than before. This is all there is to know about the race results service of dragonboat.online. I hope you enjoyed this short introduction and consider giving it a chance.